As you may or may not know, the Seminal Church is an entity that I created a couple years ago that focuses on offering value through business. And so I wanted to talk today about a situation that's going on with a specific US-based stock with the ticker symbol, or what used to be, MMTLP, which is a symbol that represents what's called a preferred share in a company called Materials that's located actually in Canada. Kind of to give you the lowdown on what happened, this Materials company merged with an oil and gas company out of Texas, and they decided that they wanted to spin off these oil and gas assets. They wanted to focus on high technology, and they did not want to be in the oil and gas business anymore. So what Materials did, is they put the oil and gas assets into a specific bucket, preferred share, and they said at some point in the future we're gonna give a dividend. We're gonna give that bucket of assets to our shareholders, and then we're just gonna keep operating as a high tech company. So that has now occurred. That dividend distribution has now occurred, and things were supposed to be hunky dory, and things were supposed to be okay. But here's what's has happened and what is currently happening. What has been uncovered is there is more evidence is coming in day, but the evidence is pointing to that there is a business model, and this is where kind of the business ethics of the church comes in. There's a business model where entities called naked short sellers, and now this isn't short sellers who short sell in the nude from their computer, although that would be hilarious. And there may be short sellers who do that. But what this means is that there are short sellers that sell stock. So, say you have a share of Apple, whatever stock that you like or know about. These short sellers will sell a stock in that company without going out and actually borrowing the stock or having the stock to sell. So normally when someone short sells a stock, it's like they have to go out and borrow the stock from someone who already actually owns it, and then they can sell it, hoping that the price goes down, and then they'll buy it cheaper. Well, what a naked short seller does is they bypass that first step. They don't go out and find the stock first and then sell that stock. They just say, meh, I'm just going to sell the stock. What do I care? Okay, that doesn't seem right, does it? Have you ever tried selling something that you don't have? Hey, this box of Honey Nut Cheerios right here, it's delicious, But if I tried to sell that box of Cheerios, without actually having the Cheerios, what's going to happen? Well, the buyer of the Cheerios is going to be pretty unhappy. Here's another even more clear example that I think may help. Imagine a concert that you really want tickets to. You really want tickets to this concert, and so let's say there's 1,000 tickets to this awesome club show, and you're stoked about it, and you go out and you buy a ticket from the promoter, from the ticket seller. Let's say it's Ticketmaster, and you go to Ticketmaster and you buy that ticket. Okay, I have one ticket to this show. I've been looking forward to this for years, and here we go. Now let's say that Ticketmaster knows that there's only 1,000 spots, 1,000 tickets available. That's at capacity for the venue. But let's say Ticketmaster sells 4,000 tickets to that show. What's going to happen? What's going to happen is all those 4,000 people who bought tickets are going to come to the show stoked, super excited about going to the show. Only 1,000 barcodes are actually valid tickets, and those 1,000 barcodes will be scanned in. The gate agent will beep, good to go. All right, you're in. But 3 out of 4 people, those other 3,000 tickets, aren't going to make it into the show. They're going to be at the gate. They're going to beep, and it's going. It's going to scan in, and it's going to show a red X on the little device, and they won't be allowed into the show. This is what's happening, I believe, based on the evidence and other evidence that folks are presenting with this ticker symbol MMLTP, which is converting on one-to-one basis into a company called NextBridge Hydrocarbons. It's the oil and gas assets in Texas. Naked short sellers have sold counterfeit tickets to the NextBridge Hydrocarbons concert. That is what has happened. And I hope that kind of makes sense. Is there any other industry where counterfeit tickets could be sold and it's okay? Is there any other industry? If someone borrowed someone else's tickets, actual tickets, and then sold those, that's how short selling normally works. And then at some point in the future, before the concert, they had to go out and buy a ticket from someone else and return it to the original person. That's fair. That's fair because maybe the concert wasn't going to be as popular as everyone thought. And the short seller, the actual short seller, is kind of proving that through action. And maybe there's some value in that. But I ask, what is the value in naked short selling? What is the value in selling counterfeit shares in something? Doesn't that kind of destroy things? Isn't that just blatant theft? Isn't that just theft? And how is that good for anyone? The market, the economy, you, me, the future. How is that good for anyone? Is it even good for the naked short sellers? It's beyond cheating. It's there's absolutely, I don't see any value in that operation. It's destructive. It's just pure destruction, and it really has no benefit to it. I suppose it has a profit motive and a power motive for the naked short sellers, but it's incredibly destructive to quite literally every other institution, including government, individuals. Point being, so here's the point. We're finally having a concert here. And why is that? Because NextBridge Hydrocarbons is a private company, which doesn't have to play by the rules of the public company and can't have short positions, legal short positions or naked short positions in existing on its books. So all of the counterfeit tickets are now being scanned at the gate. All of the counterfeit tickets now are being scanned at the gate. This is happening right now, over the next couple weeks or so, maybe into the early January 2023. It is a pivotal time. I think it's a pivotal time, not just in the U.S. markets, but maybe in financial markets in general, and to the point of what the Seminal Church exists for. It's a pivotal time for it's a pivotal time to focus on that. If you are in business, you are in business to offer value, and if you offer a lot of value, you absolutely deserve a lot of remuneration or payment for that. If someone becomes a billionaire because they offered a ridiculous amount of value, that's fair. That's absolutely a fair dynamic. But if someone becomes a billionaire because they stole it via naked short selling by offering shares and promises in those shares that they honestly knew that they were not going to deliver, they knew that from the beginning, that is not fair. There is no value in that, and that should not exist. So when you are in business, focus on something where you are offering value. That is the right way to do it, and that is the sustainable way to do it. And you can. There are businesses you are smart enough to choose something where you offer a massive amount of value. I bought a box of tooth powder out of Texas, My Magic Mud. It's awesome stuff. If you want charcoal tooth powder, that stuff is great. $85, whole box, perfectly packaged, great product, tons of value. That kind of business will succeed in the long run. Naked short selling, it's had its run, but the concert's happening. The tickets are being scanned at the door, and the business model will fail. It will fail. It's happening right now. When you go into business, choose a business where you offer value. Not only will you get paid for it, but you will feel a lot better about yourself. And that's what it's all about. We are all here to offer value to one another. I'm going to feel a heck of a lot better about ourselves if we just start with that premise and continue with that model. Thanks for listening. Try and have fun out there. This is a pivotal moment in history. And remember, as always, you are all loved and appreciated. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.